Hey y'all, I'm coming to you from my craft room again. I'm going to give everybody a chance to hop on here. I'm going to try to send out the invites to everyone just who pop up in this little thing right here. Okay, everyone, we're going to go over the last steps of the peekaboo tutorial that we started last night that I showed y'all that we spray painted and started pulling the vinyl, but it started getting too long and late, so I stopped. Hey, Christy. Nice to see y'all tonight. I'm giving everybody a chance to see that I'm live and they can pop on, and then we'll go over the rest of the Jurassic Park cup we did last night. All right, and then I know I posted a video when I finished it, and a lot of people were wondering how I got from where I ended my last tutorial to where the final steps were. So I figured I would go live, answer the questions, and tell you step by step how I finished the look for that cup. Okay? So this is the cup we did. The very first tutorial, we did the glitter swirl on it. All right. And then it got 2 layers of epoxy. It was sanded. And then last night, I went live and show you guys how I spray painted it. All right. So then we did the solid layer of black, and then we did the 2 coats of the white. And I showed you how you will still see your vinyl decals underneath your spray paint. Okay. I know I showed you that. If anytime when you want to do these cups yourself, all of my tutorials are saved on the page, and when you click on that little magnifying glass at the top of the page, all you have to do is type in my name and all of my videos will show up. And that's for anybody in the group, LaDonna, Bridget, all of them that do those really good tutorials. You can find right there in that search bar. Okay, so we spray painted this, and then I showed you guys how we started pulling off the decals after it dried a little bit. So, hey Joanne. So we started pulling the vinyl last night, and then you see how you see that glitter underneath? That was so pretty. And in that other tutorial when we started the glitter layer, I listed all the glitters we used on this, and I showed it a couple of times and where you guys can get them. But like I said, you don't have to use the same glitters I use. You can use any kind you want. There's lots of really great glitter companies out there. I order from several different places, and these ones just happen to be the color shifting glitters I got from Glitter Chimp at the time. But I love all different kinds. There's great companies like Fiesta Glitters and Glitter Glams and Grateful Glitters, Glitter Heart Company. My favorite glitter. There's a lot of them, and you can choose whatever one you want. So we pulled off the vinyl, and then you saw your peekaboo underneath your spray paint, okay? So after my live yesterday, hey Bonnie, after my live yesterday, it was still white, okay? And I pulled all the rest of the decals, okay? See, like the little feet. And this was just me pulling off the rest of those decals that I showed you guys, that we could still see underneath the spray paint. And after I pulled all my decals, I did my rubbing spots. Do you have time after video to work me through how to make this? Yeah, Joanne. And anybody else that want a little bit more step-by-step or questions answered, just personally message me. You can message me on my Facebook or my craft page, H&M Expressions, and I'll answer any and all questions you have, okay? If there's cups that you see on my craft page that you would like to know how to do, just let me know, and I'll pop on here and do tutorials. I've got a couple of orders just today for some more crime scene cups. Hey, Juanita. For some more crime scene cups, I think a Golden Girls one, and an order for Gone with the Wind. So I think that would be really neat. If anybody's interested in me doing lives when I do them, just to see different cups being made, different processes, anything like that. I did get another ombre request, so I will be showing you how I did that pink and purple ombre. Sorry, my face is really hot. I'm having like a hot flash today. It was, ugh. So after we pulled all the decals, what is your craft page again? It is H&M Expressions. So H and symbol M Expressions. Okay. Good night. Can you do a cup from start to finish on a live, please, Jill? Yeah, I probably would have to do a cup from start to finish. That would be a pretty long live. Because they also get different layers of epoxy, and I let my cup spin overnight. So I try to just not do the whole going live to show you me layering it with epoxy again. But I will try to do complete start to finish if you guys would like to see that too. Jennifer, thanks for doing this second live to finish this cup. So excited. Casey, thanks. Yeah, no problem. I have several different kinds of orders coming out. I can go live when I do them. I mean, I'm already doing the cup. I just have to turn on the phone. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know in the comments and things like that. I'm going to push this back a little bit. There we go. And I'll go live when I'm working on them. You guys can see the processes and the steps I do. Then when you want to use the cup yourself, like I said, any decals I personally make, I'm happy to share in the comments with you guys, okay? If you want to turn around and make the exact same cup for yourself or a loved one or to sell, that's fine with me. If I make it myself, I have no problem sharing it. I want to see all the pretty stuff you guys make in light of the videos, okay? So with this, the white paint, and we did the rubbing spots. So my rubbing spots, I use the 91% alcohol and a washcloth. All right. So when you do your rubbing spots, I know some people do acetone, and I don't personally use acetone for the fact I'm always worried it'll mess up my epoxy layer underneath. Like, I don't want to rub away my seal if I'm rubbing too hard. So I use the 91% alcohol, and then I just choose wherever I want a little pop of color, and I start rubbing, okay? And then you'll rub off your whites, you'll rub down to the black, and the black will smear, but you want that. That's what's going to give you that distressed look. You said your page name is M&M. H and M. So H for Helen, the and sign, M for Matt, and then expressions, okay? And I'll drop a link for it in the comments if you guys want. So yeah, you create your rubbing spots. Okay, and then like how I had some drips on the rim yesterday where the white paint, because it was humid outside, was not catching. And I told you guys how I would use that to my advantage. Okay, I rubbed open the rim. I showed that little pop of glitter right under the rim and brought it down. You see what I'm saying? Like, I just wiped the rim off. So you don't even know where there were drips. Okay, so like I said, that can come into your advantage when doing a peekaboo, particularly like this. All right, I'm doing one of these too. Just did the decals and pulled them off tonight. That dinosaur Jurassic paint. Yeah, it is a, I do normally curse, but I'm trying not to. It is a pain in the butt. And you have to be super delicate, especially with the teeth. I notice some people that pull too fast, they don't get the detail of the teeth because you're just ready to get it off. And so it does take a lot of patience to pull. So after you do your rubbing spots, I use, like I said, 91% alcohol and a washcloth, okay? I have just an old like shop washcloth that I use for my rubbing. I don't waste a paper towel or a cotton ball because they start to like tear and you get all those little hairs. So I use a washcloth, okay? Just a spare one sitting around. And I'll put the alcohol on it and I rub away my paint. When the black starts smearing, that's what you want a little bit of because it gives you that distressed look, okay? And then you get down to your glitter. And it'll pop out just like that with that black around it, okay? So after I chose all of my rubbing spots, like I said, I always do a little bit on the bottom. After I chose my rubbing spots, I decided to smoke the white paint. Now, I did the first one, I did pink, and I did not smoke it. And I'm kind of wishing I did, but I did distress this on its own because I added glitter to the pink instead. This is super sparkly in the really bright light. It doesn't show well on the phone. So what I did was I smoked this, okay? And it's the same as the smoke effect tutorial I did. I had a Bath & Body Works candle. I used a I think it was a fork, the one I used last time. And then I just turn the cup over the smoke and let it catch. And see what I mean? That last smoke effect was on a blue cup. The white catches smoke so much faster. It gets dark really fast. And it gave it that great distressed look without me putting black paint all over the cup. Okay. I did take a dry bristle brush with a little black paint and kind of just dabbed it really thin. And then I brushed it over the little decals. You see that? And over the little feet. There's a little black paint to look like markings around them. And that's just to give it more texture. Okay? I did that to all my little pieces. And I even did it a little bit around the top. But because the top has the smoke, I just left that mostly as is. So I mainly distressed my the claw marks and the little feet. Okay? So that's basically what it was. And then I epoxied it. I did not seal the smoke on this. I epoxied it after I was done with the black paint. Okay? And then I let this spin overnight. Alright? Just like that. So I'm really hoping this was a good tutorial for you guys to teach you how to do the peekaboos. And you can do the same method with absolutely any cup you want to do. You just have different decals. Okay? And then the words weren't really hard to come off either. Like this one says boy mom. I got a lady requesting one that says girl mom. And you just change it in the file. And I believe I did drop the files for it in the comments of either the finished product or it was the tutorial itself. I can't remember. But I did drop the files I used for it because I made them myself. Okay. Was there any other questions on the peekaboo? Since, I mean, I don't really have a cup to show. I'm doing this one tomorrow for leopard print. It'll be like a Lisa Frank type cup that I have an order for. So I'm not really seeing any more questions. Yeah. So that was basically it. You guys can always go back when you do your own peekaboo. What vinyl did you use? I used the removable vinyl. Now, I did not use the permanent 651 or whatever. It was like 640, 641, 631. It's the removable vinyl. Okay? Or you can use stencil vinyl, as long as it's easy to come off. If you use the permanent vinyl, it's harder to pull it off after you're finished. Okay? But yeah, I use alcohol for all of my rubbing spots. Okay? And you can rub away as much or as little as you want. Since I decorated with the smoke effect, I did not rub away a ton. I like having that white a little bit more and then my random rubbing spots. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I think the smoke came out really well, so that's why I don't rub away as much as some other people do. Okay? And like I said, you can do this with different color backgrounds. You don't have to use white. I did this one in pink. All right? Make it different. You don't have to do white. You can do whatever color you want. You can do purple, green. I know some Father's ones are black, so you guys can do that too. You can change the motherhood to the fatherhood and do it the same way. Okay? So I think that's really it. I have mostly just cups that are just about finished. I do have some new orders. If you guys want to see me do them and do tutorials on them, I have an ombre. I have another crime scene cup. A Gone with the Wind one coming in. So stuff like that is fine. But yeah, like I said, this one will be leopard print. And I printed the leopard print spots on holographic vinyl. So I think that's going to come out really neat. She wanted something really colorful. So I did that. Okay. So I will go live again if there's any requests coming up. I don't really have any right now. But I did want to just show you guys how I do the peekaboo, okay? So I'm going to pop off here and give these beauties one more coat of epoxy before they're ready to sit. If there's any questions you guys have that I didn't address in this, anybody that didn't get to see this, send me a message, crime scene and Gone with the Wind, please. Okay, yeah, that's totally fine. I'm going to do Gone with the Wind similar to Golden Girls in the effect that it'll have the label and then some different pictures, some different sayings. I've been playing around with it in my head, so we'll see how that goes. We'll see how it turns out. I don't know how big it's going to be. Hi, Marva. So, yeah, I do have to do another crime scene cup, and like I said, that one is that. And I mean, I guess I could go ahead and do a start to finish with this if you guys want. I would like to know how you colored the last one. What last one? The pink one? Or you talking about this one? Okay, the rainbow. This is a glitter swirl I did a tutorial on. When I did it, I went live and showed you guys how I do my rainbow swirl. If that's what you mean. That should still be on the page. Okay, and then this is the final stage of that mica one that we did. Okay, I made this, and then I put the requested saying on the back. Yeah, the rainbow swirl. I did a tutorial on that, okay? It should still be on the page. So how do you put on vinyl after you use your epoxy? Yes, that's beautiful. What is your Facebook site? So my Facebook site for my craft page is H&M Expressions. And if you see any cups on there that you would like tutorials on, message me and let me know, and I will try to set that up. I've got a couple of orders coming in that when I'm filling them, I can go live and show you guys what I'm doing with them, if you're interested in that, just to see different types and stuff like that. But yeah, this is the Mica Swirl one I did a tutorial on. Okay, and if any I decaled this, it went away. I'm back. But if you want me to go step by step with this, let me know in the comments. Drop some hearts or thumbs up, whatever, however that works. And I'll see it. Sorry, I keep breaking out. My kids are sucking up the Wi-Fi. Then I'll know how you guys want me to go about it, okay? If you want to see this start completely from start to finish, that's fine, since I have to make another one anyway. All right? And then I am decaling this one for my mother-in-law. This is a black and gold one. Yes, please, and glow in the dark. Yeah, I'll show you how I do that. I still have a cup coming in, a storyboard cup. And if you guys don't know what that is, it is the cups where you fill them and you shake them and it's like a snow globe effect. I do have a cup coming in that I will do a tutorial on for you guys. I thought would be pretty cool. It will be A Nightmare Before Christmas. Okay, I'm going to use, in a way, the temporary tattoo picture. I'm not going to buy it in a tattoo just yet, I think. I'm going to probably try to print it on a water slide, and it'll glow in the dark orange. Okay, and we'll do it like that, and it'll glow in the dark orange. We'll lay it, and then I'll show you how I fill my storyboards and how I seal them so they don't leak. I know a lot of people have had troubles with that. Okay, and then we'll have shapes and stuff inside of it that'll glow, and I'll show you guys how I do that. If I figured, I know that's kind of an intimidating cup to start with, so I did order one, and hopefully it'll be here soon. Okay, so yeah, so I'm doing this one, and I'm waiting to get the rest of the vinyl on there. I haven't done it yet, but this black is really pretty. This is actually called Deep Space. This is not a chunky, this was fine. And a lot of blacks sometimes go matte under epoxy. This one did not. This actually does really sparkle when I have a light on it. Yes, storyboards. Yeah, and that's what I figured. A lot of people get intimidated with them. And I did one recently for my niece that was an Elsa one, and it snowed inside. So I figured I would try that and show you guys how to do that. It's a bit bigger than the one I did before, but the sealing process is the same. I actually use epoxy to seal mine. And I watched that in a tutorial that somebody else did. I know a lot of people use the silicone glues, but I sealed it with epoxy and it did not leak. I let it sit for 3 days and cure completely before I touched it. And it sealed just fine. That's how I thought it worked really well. So this one I can go start to finish on if you guys want, okay? And if there's any other cups you see that I've done that you would like to go start to finish, I can go live when I decal this one. I already printed out the holographic vinyl for it. And this will be leopard print with a coffee saying on it. Very Lisa Frank vibes is what I got. Okay. So just let me know how you want to do that. All right. I think that's it. I do still have to decal the smoke effect. I'm waiting to get more ink for my printer and to print the printable vinyl pictures for it. Okay. So if there's anything you guys think of, any questions you have about any of my cups, about the peekaboos, about the effects, let me know. And I will try to go live when I do certain cups so you guys can see my processes and what I use, okay? Did you ever do a cup for someone that loved? Actually, I did. My personal coffee cup is a coffee lover's cup. Let me go get it and I'll show you. Okay, I got it. It was in my living room. So this is the very first cup I ever made. Okay, and this is a coffee lover cup. These are water slides. I think this is raspberry pink from Michaels and snow from Michaels. When do you sand on which coat of epoxy? So what I'll do is I will take a plain cup, I'll spray paint it, and I will do my thin layer of epoxy. I use epoxy as my adhesive method for glitter, okay? So like this one, it got the swirl, all right? Hey, LaDonna. So it got the swirl, and then I epoxied this twice because this is a chunky glitter. I always epoxy my chunkies twice so that when I sand, I'm not sanding the actual glitter and ruining it, okay? So I just sand this. I sanded this today. And I didn't end up sanding down any glitter. Okay? So chunkies, I always seal twice. Just because I don't want to end up ruining the glitter underneath. Because if you still have any glitter that's sticking out, you'll sand it white. Okay? This one is a fine glitter. Okay? I only epoxied it once over the glitter. I sealed the glitter and then that was it. And I started laying the decal. That's all. Just like that. So yeah, it just depends on the glitter type is how much I seal before. So I will seal it twice, sand whatever sticks out, and when it's smooth is when I lay my decals, okay? So like, I printed these out last night, and they're going to go on this, okay? This one, because it's an opal holographic, you don't really see it in the phone, but it says, "Dear Coffee, I need you XO me," and it has little hearts. Okay, and this will go on this one right there. And then I'm going to wrap the leopard print that I printed out around the rest of it. Okay, it'll go around the rest of it kind of like that. Yeah, and then I'll have leopard print on the bottom. Okay, and that's all wrapped around it like that. And then I have the extra leopard print to put around the bottom, and then the coffee sign, and it'll wrap around it. Okay. So yeah, after I sand and clean it, I decal it. So you don't epoxy after sanding before decal. No, Wendy, I usually don't. I wash it really well and then I'll decal it. You can, if you want, after you sand, seal it one more time and have a completely smooth surface and then decal it. Okay. I find when I did the fine glitter, it was roughed after my first epoxy. And I did 15 cc. Maybe I didn't put enough epoxy. Kelly, it just depends on how much glitter you use. Now, like, this one I said is a fine, and I use the epoxy method to adhere it. Okay? And I only did one cover layer over it. How did you adhere your glitter is what I should say. Did you do the Mod Podge method or did you epoxy method to adhere it to your cup? But usually fine glitter, when you use epoxy method, it lays really flat in it. I used Gorilla Spray. So then, yeah, because I do epoxy method for these, I am ordering some like clear glue to do more detailed work. I plan on doing one of those stained glass Beauty and the Beast ones where you have to use where you glitter spot by spot by spot. So whenever I get time to do that, I'll go live and show you guys how to do that. I've definitely been researching and wanting to do that. I just haven't had time between orders to do another personal type cup. But the Gorilla Spray, I would think, because it doesn't get soaked, your glitter is not absorbed into the glue, it's more rough. Now, if you do the epoxy method, it will soak in your fine glitter, and then it's already kind of smooth when it dries. Is that one you're holding smooth? Which one? The rainbow. Yeah. This is completely smooth. There's no rough. I epoxied this twice. I sanded the little bit of spots that stood up. But when you get really good glitter and it's chunky, it lays flat most of the time, especially if you pat it after you apply it. Now, in my glitter swirl tutorial, I patted my glitter down as it's spun around. Okay. And then it got 2 cover layers. And then whatever was still poking out just a little bit, I sanded just those little spots. So yes, this is completely smooth now. The rim is smooth and the top rim is smooth. The bottom and the top and everything in between. That's why it's ready for decals. Because if you ever do a peekaboo and it's not smooth, you ever lay your decals and it's not smooth, you will see every little bump. So glitter, epoxy, sand, epoxy. So, okay, from start to finish, you get your cup. You can sand it a little bit and wipe it with alcohol. I wash and wipe with alcohol. Sometimes I sand, sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's just if I remember to do it. I spray paint. I don't color spray paint my bases. Okay, I do white or black depending on what I'm using. So like this had a white base. This had a black base. Okay, I do the thin layers of epoxy. They're really thin just to adhere my glitter. I'll do my my glitter. I let that dry for a couple hours, and then I flood coat it. And a lot of people ask what a flood coat was. Flood coat is just like a top coat. Okay, you wait a few hours and then you apply it, or you can let it spin overnight and apply it the next day. It's just a second layer of epoxy over your glitter. Okay, so I do 2 of those, and then I sand it. And then I decal it, and then I epoxy it. Now, if you want, you can sand, epoxy, decal, and then seal your decal, okay? Like I said, with making cups, everybody does steps differently. You'll see tutorials where everyone does something their own way, and that's a great thing about making cups. You just choose the way that works best for you, all right? Yeah, you're welcome, Mandy. I hope that explains it. I'm trying to make sure I'm being detailed in my explanation. But that's typically what I do. Chunky, glitter gets 2 cover layers before I sand, so I don't sand the glitter, okay? And then I decal, and then I seal. And I only decal after I've sanded and washed it properly. So there's no fine particles, no bumps, no ridges to show through my pictures, okay? So it's just like that. All right, and for fine glitter, this got a this was cleaned, spray painted, a thin layer of epoxy to apply my glitter, okay? I glittered it and I sealed it one time because the epoxy soaked in the fine glitter. It basically made it smooth on contact. All right, that's why I really like the epoxy method. I am going to branch out and try Mod Podge and the clear glue for my more detailed cups when I get a chance. And when I do that, I can go live and show you guys how to go about that when you want to do more detailed projects, okay? I know the stained glass looks are really popular. I knew the Jurassic Park cup was popular. That's why I went ahead and did that, okay? So anytime you see a cup that I've previously made that you would like to know how to do, and for decals, if I personally make it, okay, I'm more than happy to share it with all of you. I love seeing what you guys create and get inspired by because y'all inspire me too. It works both ways. So I really appreciate it, okay? I think that's about it. I don't know if there's any more questions on anything. But like I said, this was the end to this tutorial. And all the steps I've already described, okay? You saw me spray paint it yesterday night. You saw me peel the decals. Like I said, I don't have to put hot glue or anything on my decals. I see them through the spray paint, and I showed you how you will too. You are very helpful. Thank you. You're welcome, Kelly. And that's what a lot of us aim for on this page, is to be as helpful and detailed to everyone else that wants to learn as we can. I don't mind helping any of my fellow crafters, okay? Not at all. How long have I been doing cups? What is it? May? So I actually haven't been doing cups very long. About a couple of months. What number sander do you use? Let me see. Let me grab my sandpaper. Thank you. You are wonderful. Oh, you're welcome, Casey. Let me grab my sandpaper. Okay, I actually have the package. So the sandpaper I used was this. I try to now keep the boxes and stuff from my purchases so I can show you guys exactly what I'm using. Okay, just like that. This is the sandpaper I use. And I wet sand my cups. What kind of epoxy do you use? I use the Amazing, and it's... Okay, so Kelly, yeah, with your epoxy. Epoxy is very specific to different people, okay? I use Amazing Clear Cast, and I don't experience a smell. But like I said in my previous tutorials, that doesn't mean you won't, okay? You'll have to find an epoxy that works best for you. There are many great brands out there other than Illuminate Amazing Clear Cast because of the fact it's a great epoxy for beginners. But there's KS Resin, there's Promarine, there's Counterculture. I mean, there's a lot of different brands. Thank you. I just took a screenshot for tomorrow shopping. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I grabbed it out of my husband's tool chest. So if you see my lives when he's home, the panda head in the background is who I stole the sandpaper from. So, but this is the epoxy I use. Now, I know there's a lot of back and forth with Amazing Clear Cast yellowing so quickly. I don't have that issue. I made this months and months ago, and this has been in the sun, everything, and I have not had it turn yellow at all. Now, if I would have noticed my very first cup starting to yellow, I would have definitely changed my epoxy brand for my cups because I do want to give my customers the best of what I can afford. And I have not had any issues with Amazing Clear Cast, you guys. I would tell you right away, hey, this is starting to yellow. When you get up there, change your epoxy. But I haven't had any issues. Not sure if anyone asked, but do you seal the glitter between coats? So that comes and goes. It depends on how detailed your glitter work is. So for my swirl, one I sealed and one I didn't. And I didn't have any glitter moved, but that's because I let this dry completely overnight. Okay? And it soaked into the epoxy enough that it wasn't like rough and moving all over the place when I covered it again. I did use this, okay? This is what I use to seal anything. I use this to seal my water slides. I use this to seal my colors. All right, this stuff works great to seal anything you need to seal, okay? So right here, Kelly, this is what I use, the matte clear enamel spray from Rust-Oleum. And I seal my water slides with this. I seal my cups with this. All right, it just depends on how I feel the cup itself after it's spun all night. If I feel like this is moving too much, then I'll seal it. All right, I'll go outside and give this a good 2 coats, let it dry, and then epoxy it. All right, I hope that makes sense. I have the gloss one. Does it do the same? Yes, it works the same. A lot of people, there's big debate on the gloss affecting your epoxy adhesion to your cup. Now, because of that debate, I have always stuck to matte personally. Now, the blue smoke effect cup I did was actually a gloss paint. And then I smoked it and I clear sealed it with this. And now it looks like frosted glass. Not what I was actually going for, but I actually like it. How much is a swirl cup like that? What do you mean? Like how much, if you did it, how much you would charge, how much I charge, how much the glitter is. I bought these swirls as a mixology set from Glitter Chimp when they went on sale. And, but you can use any company's rainbow set. I was actually looking for a rainbow set, a neon rainbow set in stock, but a lot of the sites were completely out because the Lisa Frank cups are really popular. So I just used what I had. So every time you're doing glitter, you have to, no, you don't have to seal every time you do glitter. How much do I charge? Everybody's prices are different. I charge depending on the size of the cup and the amount of detail work. Okay, so this is a 20-ounce cup, and when I very first started cups, I charged $1 an ounce plus 5. Okay, so for a 20-ounce, it was $25 when I first started out because I was not experienced enough. And since I have gotten better and more detailed in my work, I went up 5. I'm not doing this as a full-time side business. I do this because it makes me happy. So I'm not looking to make a big, humongous profit, but enough to just basically pay for my supplies and stuff. Okay? And that's basic. It's you charge what you feel your work is worth and how much your time is worth. Okay? That is the biggest battle with cup making. Is you can know lots of people in your area make cups, but you're all going to charge something different. Weird question, but do you use a football to hold the cup? If so, how do you secure it? Mine moves, so I had to tape it. So, yes, I do use a football and I use foam noodles. This cup has a football. My can koozie has a football. I got it from the Dollar Tree. Just like that. And it doesn't move. This one's pretty secure. I use foam for my bigger cups. My 30 ounces, they have foam. Like this 20 ounce has a pool noodle. And the pool noodles for the cup turner I bought off of Amazon, the noodles came with it. So the cup, the Mileflow cup turner off of Amazon, and you've seen it in my other tutorials, is what I bought from Amazon. And it came with the 2 poles, 2 stands, or a stand per turner, okay? And then it came with some pool noodles for a 30 ounce and a 20 ounce. Okay? But I haven't had too much of the movement. The bigger cups are usually the hardest cup to stay still. So I took my pool noodle and cut this in half because my 30-ounce foams were sticking above the rim, and the epoxy would move up. Do you see what I mean? It would, and then I would have a crust kind of over the pool noodle, and I would have to pull it off and clean the rim, and it was exhausting. And it was because I didn't have the foam all the way in the cup to get off. So, but then once I pushed the whole thing in, I couldn't get it out. So I cut the sides off. You see? So when I stick it in here, it goes all the way in, but I can still pull it out like that. And I put it in there. And then I put it on my PVC pipe. I'll stick my PVC pipe in it, and I'll stick this on the turner that my husband made, just like that, and I'll attach it. Okay? Yeah. You're welcome. So yeah, Trisha, the biggest debate for cups is going to be price. And that is something everybody charges differently. And your experience, you can charge more if you've done this a really long time and you have a lot of detail in your cups. If they take hours and it's going to be hard to find customers that are you're going to always run into them. Okay. All of us have had that experience where somebody wants to buy a cup from you and you tell them how much it is and they say, oh, well, that's too much money. Your art, okay, your personal time, you put your heart into your art, okay? I used to say that in my art class. How much you charge for that is personally you. That's all you, and how much effort you put into this piece of work, okay? That's always going to be worth it, no matter what you charge, no matter how little, no matter how much. It's worth it for you, okay? If they want your quality, then they have to pay your price, okay? Don't ever feel discouraged about that, guys. That's a really huge part of this, especially when you want to start it as a business. Now, I started it as a hobby to keep myself busy after we moved down to Texas, okay? And I really love it. I really enjoy it. Ooh, my mom's calling. I'll have to call her back. But yeah, any time for any of that, guys, that's all you, okay? When you're starting out and you want to do it, I wouldn't charge a whole lot. You know, just start getting your name out there is your most important thing. My very first cup for someone outside of my family was for my hairdresser. And all I asked her was that she advertise it for me if she really liked my cup. And so I gave her my, it was a 30 ounce, and I did it in like it's on my site, okay? And it's the hairdresser one I did. And it was the very first cup I ever did for somebody. And I gave it to her for free. And all I asked was that she advertised for me in her shop if she really loved her cup. I got an order of 7 cups from her the day she got her cup. So it paid for itself. You see what I mean? Trisha, can I order one of those? Order one of what? I showed quite a few different things just now. Are you talking about a cup or the turner that I was talking about? But yeah, that guys, make some cups where there'll be kind of free advertisement for you. That's a great way to get your name out there, okay? And businesses like that people you know that have many different customers in and out, like your hairdresser, your nail salon, that come in, the rainbow swirl. Are you wanting it just like this? Or like detailed? You can message my craft page and Trisha, and we'll talk about how you want it, okay? But yeah, for sure, guys, that's going to be your biggest thing. To get your name out there, do a couple of cups for people who have a lot of clientele already. And that's really going to help. Wow, that's great with the cup for your hairdresser. Yeah, thanks, Jill. I thought she's been doing hair for like 20, 30 years. And I was really lucky to find somebody that does my hair in this huge city. I was really worried about my hair. That's the one thing I really baby is my hair. I always have. It might not look like it on here because I'm a hot mess in quarantine. So, but yeah, I did it for her for free and she loved it. Okay, guys, that's a great way to get your name out there is go to people who have bigger clientele. You can do real estate agents. Okay, you can do hairstylists, people that work in the restaurant industry, anywhere that they're carrying around your product And they're walking around, they're drinking out of it, and somebody stops and says, "Hey, I really like that cup." And you're like, "Oh, thank you. I got it from so-and-so." And bam, business name. Visit them on Facebook, visit them on Instagram. Just like that. And carry around your own personal cup, guys. After quarantine is over, I want you to be safe and healthy, okay? When everything is over, carry your cup around with you to doctor's offices, to your hair appointment. Let people see your product, okay? Did you paint the cup with the colored paints? The glitter cup, Tammy, hold on. This one, no. This is white spray paint base. And I just glittered it with my rainbow mixology set. Do you put your logo on your cups? Casey, I don't. I usually bottom my cups with my themes. I know some people, everybody puts their logos on it. I use the bottoms for little peekaboos of my theme. And you can blend in your logo with your theme. If you want to put your logo on the bottom of your cup, that's great too. I personally haven't done that yet. I don't worry about that too much. I usually, for me, everything is word of mouth. I've found that to be my biggest business venture, is people just seeing my cups out with other people talking about it. Make you a business page, post the pictures of your products, and you can do raffles, giveaways when you reach so many likes, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I mean, it works really well. I didn't put too much effort into making a big logo or anything like that. I just put a frame around the wording. Wow, I want to try it. Thanks. It's really cute. So did you add random? No, this was already a chunky mix. This is a mixology from Glitter Chimp. Okay, it's the rainbow mixology, and it's a mix of fine, and chunky. Yeah, Tammy, just like that. This is a mix of fine and chunky. And they're really pretty. They cover really well. And you can do 2 coats of the glitter if you want it a little darker. Like this cup right here got 2 coats of glitter, so it's a little darker. Okay. And you're going to have things like when you lay your vinyl and you epoxy over this, sometimes your vinyl will stick up. Okay, it'll come off if it doesn't adhere properly. So then you can just go and sand it down a little bit and then re-epoxy your top layer. I love that rainbow. Yeah, the rainbow turned out really awesome. I was trying to get different rainbow sets from different sites to advertise for you guys, but so many sites were out. And I really wanted to do a neon one, but I couldn't find any. So I just figured, well, when I find some, I'll show you some. But yeah, the rainbow, I did a whole tutorial on. Like I said, this one I didn't seal, and none of the glitter moved. I didn't seal this one. My issues are the chunkies. I've been doing cups for a month now. Yeah, chunkies they're definitely a work in progress. You've definitely got to, once you put it down and you see all your little pieces sticking up as it spins, pat your finger down and make them lay flat. Make them work for you. Okay? Suggest. What's the minimum turnaround? Oh, okay. I didn't see that, Jody, at the top. How long turnaround time do you usually tell people? I realize there's times you're more busy than others, but what's the minimum turnaround time for you? Would suggest. Okay, so that's a really good question, Jody. Depending on, sorry, my mom keeps calling. Let me tell her I'll call her back. Okay, sorry. My mom was blinking out my phone. Can you still see me? All right. Turnaround time. Sorry, it went right out of my head. Turnaround time is depending on your kind of epoxy. There is epoxy that's fast set, and it sets in like 2 or 3 hours. And that can really cut your time in half. But if you're not used to using epoxy, don't use fast set, because it'll set so fast, you're going to have a total mess up of a cup. Okay? So for turnaround time, you got to remember, there are people that are making cups and sending them out after they put their last seal the next day. Your cup has not cured for 3 days when you're sending it out. And you've got to remember, if you're sending it out the very next day that you put your final coat on and that goes in a box and it goes in the heat, it's going to melt inside the box. It's not cured, okay? Epoxy does take a full, a good while to fully cure in all the layers that you have, okay? I make my cups set a minimum of 3 days after they're completed. And I do tell my customers, when you order a personal cup, it takes time. No great masterpiece happened overnight, okay? And I always tell them that. You have to give me the proper amount of time to make you a proper piece of art, okay? I heard 30 days. Yes, a full 30 days to completely set, but it is usable by the third or fourth day. Does the turner need to turn? No, the turner doesn't need to turn for 24 hours. I let mine spin overnight, so at least 8 hours that I let it completely spin. 3 days I set it before shipping. 3 to 4 days I will wait till I ship a cup. And I know there's a lot of people that if they come to you and they want an order, I did have someone ask, well, I need it by next Friday. And I said, well, right now I don't have any cups completely in stock. You're wanting a special order cup. I've got to order it. It has to get to me. I have to prep it and give it the proper time to make. So I said, if you're okay with that, we can go ahead with this. But if you're wanting something right away, I cannot promise you anything. Okay, I let mine at least 6 hours. Yeah, I do mine just overnight. I'll epoxy them before I go to bed, and then I turn it off in the morning. And I leave it like that. But you are definitely going to have people that expect you to create this very quickly. And you really can't. If you're taking the proper steps, this does not happen overnight. You got to let them know you have a turnaround time, okay? So I give them at least 2 to 3 weeks. And if it's something that's special ordered and I don't have it already in stock, then they're going to have to wait if they want a special cup. Now, like these cups, I get from Michaels, okay? The Michaels cups work really well, you guys. They keep your stuff hot. They keep your stuff cold for hours. And these, you don't have to order. You just go to the store and get curbside and get their cups, okay? And if you use the 20% off, they did have 40% off when the stores were open, but I only had 20% off. And I use these. If nobody's really particular about the type of cup or specifically the type of lid. Michael's lids don't close, but if you have a customer that wants a lid that closes, you're going to have to either go to Walmart to get it or order it. And I have not been in Walmart, so I haven't been getting any cups at Walmart. I would send my husband to get it, but he would have no idea what kind of cups he'll get. How long after the first coat can you apply the second coat? The next day. You let that first coat, you got to let your coats completely cure. There are some people that quickly try to layer and let it get tacky and then layer it again. And that's why your layers aren't setting right. I know my stuff takes a little bit longer, but I like to do it the way I know works. Same, I've gotten orders from people that would have worked with me. Yeah, if you have to have, people have got to understand right now, we can't get everything to us as fast as it was before, okay? All of the warehouses that are working for us with cups, they're all half-staffed. So right now in this time, it's great that people want to splurge and get them something nice, but they have to understand where we're getting it from is still in a slow process. So it definitely takes us some time, okay? And I've let my customers know, I said, please don't expect a quick turnaround time because I have to get my product and I have to make my product and it has to get to you. All right. I don't rush my things because of that fact alone. I said, if I'd love to make a cup for you, but please don't, I have terrible anxiety. Please don't pressure me into having some sort of really flat timeline because I said that doesn't always work. If I have to order something for your cup, it's going to take time to get to me. And that's if it doesn't get lost in the mail. Okay. Yet people I did my first order from is out of stock for 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, Tammy. And that's how a lot of it is right now. It's really hard to find people that want, especially like the skinnies and the fatties, the 22-ounce fatties, because everybody's doing the Clorox and the Lysol wipe cups. A lot of them are sold out, and I know that's a big seller right now. I have not personally made one. I don't see a point in making a Clorox or Lysol wipe cup for myself. My customer base audience is not interested in any of them. So it's just like TV shows and things like that. But yeah, a lot of the cups you're going to have a hard time to find right now. And a lot of us can't go out. I mean, for me personally, everything I have to get, I have to order. I'm not going to send my husband to the store for unnecessarily and risk him right now. So definitely give your customers, let them know, hey, you got to work with me. I'd love to make you something, but you've got to give me that turnaround time to get it out there, okay? And let them know it's totally worth it. I send my customers updates. When I did this one for the leopard print, I showed her when I glittered it, okay? And I let her know I printed out the decals. I let her know, hey, this has to sit, I have to sand it, and then I'm going to decal it, and then it'll seal. And I've already told them your cup has to sit 3 days before I can get it to you, okay? So I definitely let my customers know as I go through each step of my process, okay? That's just how I do it. I'm in Canada and can't find skinny cups. They're ridiculous prices in Canada. Yeah, I can imagine they would be. And it's crazy right now, but there's so many more people crafting. It's wonderful, but it makes it hard for you when you're looking for something. Me either. I ordered random of 20-ounce skinnies and 32-ounce tapered. Yeah, that's our biggest downfall, guys, right now is finding our products. And like these, I know a lot of people have posted about the Walmart app messing up the prices, and some Walmarts have honored them at the $2.50 mark. I got some of these 30 ounces for that. My Walmart honored the online mess up. I just happened to have a registered lady who wasn't too worried about it, and I showed her online. She took a screenshot of it for her manager purposes and got it like that. And I'm low badly and got like 5 orders. Yeah. And that was me tonight. I posted some pictures of some cups and people wanted to order, and I said, oh, I'm happy to do it. But I said, if you're wanting a special cup, you got to give me time to get it. It isn't here in Florida. Yeah. So, but like these cups I got at Walmart before the pandemic when they were like $2.50. And I bought like 5 or 6 of them when that app messed up. And these Walmart cups work great. The Built brand, the Ozark brand. If you don't have to order online and you can go to Walmart and get them or pick up orders for it, that works really great too. That works in your favor. Okay, the Ozark brand, the Built brand. I can't think of any other brand right now. But yeah, I get them at Michael's. I'll get them at Walmart. If I have to order them, like for the skinnies and stuff, I'll go to Stainless Steel Depot, Maker's Flow, whatnot, and get them, okay? And they all work the same. If you can save yourself a couple of bucks by getting a cup that's a little cheaper and save money, that's a great way to be able to keep more of what you're paid in your pocket, okay? Finding good deals on your cups, finding good deals on your glitter, Ral and Bubba. Yeah, those are other great brands too. So because it was so cheap, you should have tried to at least get 10 LOL. I did. I got all the ones that were on the shelf and I felt so bad. I don't know why. I felt so bad that I emptied that entire shelf. I had all these cups in my cart and I think people were looking at me like I was crazy. So I had like 5 or 6 cups, 30-ounce cups in my cart. But yeah, Walmart will put them on markdown, guys. So watch for that. That really helps too. Hey, Kathy, I've been stocking up on cups. Yeah, that's a great way to do it. If you see them on sale and you got a little extra dough to spend, stock up on your cups. So when you have multiple orders come in at once, the more you have in stock at that moment in time is the more money you get to keep in your pocket from that purchase. Okay. So that's really good. Try to keep everything you have up in stock. So when you get multiple orders and you're using it, then you can save more money in your pocket and use it for what you want and go spoil yourself because you're already working hard. Okay. So I think I covered a lot of more basics than I thought I was going to. My Walmart in Dallas still has it at $2 and $2.50. Yeah, and I know there are a lot of people who said their Walmarts won't honor it. You've just got to kind of find the person who really doesn't care, or be a friend with a cashier. Yeah, some do, some don't. And I just happened to find a cashier who was ready to get off of work and really didn't care too much. She said, okay, I see it, and bam, that was it. Walmart in Canada doesn't have those cups. Yeah, I don't understand. I know everybody everywhere carries different products. So if you do have to order online, you could try to order from walmart.com and see if they would ship. I mean, you could try that. But I know it definitely covered a whole lot more in this tutorial than I thought it was going to. You get a bulk from it. Yeah, Amazon works great too. I use Amazon all the time. Free shipping. I take advantage of that Prime, especially being stuck at home and I can't go out to the shops. I've been doing a lot of click shopping. I don't know if my husband cares for that too much, but I can't help it. I can't go to the store, so I click shop. Well, Walmart app here in Florida still has them. Yeah, Tammy, it was just kind of like a fluke in the system where they were pricing them on clearance in the app, okay? So you would go to your Walmart store and it would show the cups and then it would say like $2.50, $5. And some places just, they honored it. They didn't fight you about it. It really just depends on who you're talking to. Yeah, click the option that says at my store. And that helps a lot. So, wow, that covered a lot. I did not expect that. So that covers the basis of it. Like I said, if you guys have any questions while you're going through this process, I know you can message LaDonna, you can message Bridget, or you can message me. I will be happy to answer any and all questions. If you have a mess up you need help with, I will totally help you. Jill, is your country on lockdown? Yeah, the app did not show it. Yeah, some do and some don't. It's kind of just like a fluke in the system. It just depends on where you are. I know here in Texas, they're starting to open up stores, and I'm not going out. No, ma'am. Not me. But everybody has a personal opinion about that right now. Me, my personal opinion, I ain't going out. I'm good with curbside and staying home and not getting sick. That's my go-to. I'm high risk. My kid's high risk. No, thank you. I even tried in another town and county. Yeah. I mean, for me, it was a while ago that it happened. And I don't know if Walmart ever caught onto it that all us cup people were spreading the word in our groups and going and buying all of the cups in the stores. We are still until the 30th. Yeah, we're still recommended to stay home for now. And that's what I'm going to do. Everything is opening up, but I'm not going out. No, thank you. So, I think that covered it. Like I said, you guys have any questions or comments or things you want to see? LaDonna does great tutorials. I've learned a lot from hers. Bridget's are amazing. You will learn a lot from both of those ladies. There are other people in this group that go live, and especially from other groups. I know Miss Perry goes live in the Micomania. She's awesome. Okay, I know the lady that owns the Sparkle Diva, Miss Jackie. She's awesome. Okay, you're going to find so many helpful people in here, like myself, who are going to answer any and all of your questions. Okay, you have a question on something I've done, message me either on my personal page here or my craft page, and I'll be happy to help. You guys want tutorials for specific things, let me know and I'll set it up for you. Okay, so everybody have all of you have a really good night. Stay safe, stay healthy, and take care of each other. Okay, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.